Hey everybody, it's Joel Tappan here, and welcome to episode 2 of our playthrough of Vijayanagara. And we made a few mistakes in video 1, and I just want to clarify really quickly. One of the mistakes, and I've made this mistake before, like I know this. So when the designer, corrected me on Twitter, I was like, man, I know that, and I still screwed it up. There's a little bit of rules creep from the other coin games. I haven't played People Power. That's literally the only coin game I've not played, but I think this shares a similar mechanic, I've been told. But we're going to go ahead and draw a card, and I'll show you what the mistake is we made. We just finished the Zenith of the Delhi Sultanate last time, and so new event comes up. All eligible factions get to act on a card, so nobody gets squeezes out. Like in most coin games, 2 factions get to act, and everyone else has to sit out the card. That's not true here, but only one player's pawn can occupy these 2 spaces. So the other players are either going to have to do a limited command or pass and gain resources by passing. But in both cases, they would stay eligible. So here we go. Our next card off the deck is going to add influence. By the way, I added a couple things to the base module, so we now have an icon reference here, so you know what the icons symbolize. It's not a hugely icon-intensive game, but there is 2 icons in particular you want to pay close attention to, and that is the Bahmani influence and the Vijayanagara influence icons. The crescent moon, the teal crescent moon, and the sunburst, and then the little gold coin with the Sanskrit on it. That's your resources. Those are really important to pay attention to. We also add an attack reference to the game as well. These are card size play aids that you have in the physical game. All right, so with this, the Bahmani, we get 1 influence and remove up to 5 Delhi pieces from any provinces with a Bahmani piece. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Bahmani kingdom right off the bat. So we're definitely going to take this event, and we're going to increase our influence, which will also increase our victory. Excuse me. And then we get to remove 5 of the Delhi pieces from any provinces with, okay, so let's get rid of governors. We don't want governors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's a good play there. That sets up opportunity for rebellions in both of those provinces. I can spread the pieces out. I just prefer to keep them stacked for now. Okay, that's a good opening play for them. That doesn't affect scoring or anything, but it's going to set things up for later. Now the Vijay faction gets to act. The card's been expended, so we can do a command and decree or a limited command. Let's go ahead. We have a lot of resources. Let's do a command and decree, and let's just start rebelling. I think that now is the time to probably do that. Or is it? Let me see how many resources or Rajas. We got 5 Rajas available, and we're actually, they got 2, 4, 5. We have 3, 4. We're not set up, technically not set up for quite yet 4 massive rebellions. So maybe what I'm going to do, let's just hold off for a second here. Look at our play aid. I can't remember exactly where I can rally. Might be useful to get a few more Rajas on the board before we do that. And then build another, or we could compel 1 province adjacent to, let's see, place or remove. That might work. And if the, shoot. Compel would be more useful if I got the Vijay influence up to 2. I could also remove up to 1 unit in a selected province, gain cavalry. If removing Delhi unit, Rajas must also displace must flip to rebelling. I'm looking at clearing some of the Delhi pieces out of the areas I want to get control of quickly before we start expanding outward. So I think what I might go ahead and do is rally. I would put 2, 3, 4 here for sure. Maybe 5. That would get all of our available Rajas onto the map. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to rally. I think that's a good play. It's going to put a little more pressure on Delhi because they're only going to have one action here, and we're going to go ahead and rally in 3 locations. Cost us 3 resources to do, and a Raj is a 6. Okay, that will set us up to control that one. 4 left. We can do 2 Rajas here because we have a temple, I think. Right? Yes, +1 with temple. Place 1 Raja. You get 1 more if it's their home space, 1 more if it's control, 1 more if the temple. Yeah, so I can put 2 here. Yeah, this will be good. Okay, that puts 5 Rajas. So, as the Star Wars droids would say, Raja Raja. That was bad. Okay, here we go. We're all set. 3 resources. Bang, bang, bang. No change to victory. Again, we're setting things up for the future. Now, what do we want to do for our, look at our menu here. Do we want to tax or do we want to build? You know, it never hurts to have temples. Let's drag a temple out here. That will bring our victory. Actually, our victory should be at 3. I should do this every go. Just double check, make sure our victory point total is correct. And we'll have to be more vigilant as the tributary provinces lose that status. We'll have to be more vigilant on that. All right, that's going to do it for him. Delete the pawns. All right, might as well do something with Delhi. Might as well do something while we're doing nothing, as Uncle Rico would say. So, what to do? Buy some new stuff, buy some new toys. What should we do here? Govern somewhere. I think it might be a good idea to get a governor back in one of these spaces. And so, looking at our play aids for Delhi. Yeah, I want to govern. Yeah, only if the space already has a governor can I get rid of obedient pieces. If I govern here, I'm going to make it harder for the Bakhmani to actually rebel, because now they don't technically have the strength to rebel. And the Gujarat, the coming of that governor helps to keep rebellion in check for now. But the discontent is stirring. All right, and that's the end of the play. So we adjusted eligibility, and I didn't even move the pawn because it's going to stay eligible. Draw an event. Next one comes up, and Delhi gets to go first. It's a stay eligible event. You may execute a campaign ending in a province adjacent to Warangal, which is here. And what does that do? May execute. Take 3 resources from a faction with a piece there. Well, we could. Oh, I hate to. There's 2 Mongol cards that are gonna emerge. I have a substantial troop commitment in Maharashtra. I could run up to. I'm not sure this event is got a lot of bang for the buck there. I mean, I want to take resources from Vijay because they've got a bunch, and make it a little bit harder for them to do what they want to do. I just don't know if I want to commit a bunch of resources to a one prosperity province when I'd be giving up potentially a more valuable province over here. And I'm gaining 3 resources out of it, staying eligible, which is the same as passing, but I'm taking the resources from somebody, so there is something to say for that. maybe it's worthwhile to do a campaign. And I think with a campaign, I can bring my governor along. Any number of units. Governors are units. Kasbahs are not units. They're structures, by the way. So make sure you're aware of that. What if I went 1, 2, 3, 4? That would do it. That would do it. All right, I'm going to take some troops out of, I'm going to take one troop and a governor out of Malwa. I'm going to go up to Jampur, grab that guy there. I'm going to drop both these guys off at Bengal because I've been burned in Bengal before by an event. And then I'm going to drag this guy down to Andhra and then take the 3 resources from the Vijay faction per the event and remain eligible. And that's the end of that card play. So just eligibility, we're all back. Draw next event. Bakhmani gets to go first. It's a stay eligible event. Hindu-Muslim marriages. +1 influence. Wow. Doesn't have a lot of, there's only one Emir available, but it does give him influence, which is a point. And would, yeah, I think you kind of have to take this. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. The reason I'm going to do this is because it's going to move the influence up, which is going to make these emirs available as well. So I can place one of its emirs in up to 3 provinces containing units of the other Indian faction. I'm only going to get 1 out of it because I only share locality with share a location with the Vijay faction in Andhra. So we'll go ahead and throw these guys in here. Increase victory, and then we'll just drag this guy over. So quite the crowding here in this Andhra province, and he stays eligible. Next one up is Vijay. They get to go. It's time to start rebelling. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have enough to take it, but we can rebel here. We can rebel here. Unlike coin games, this particular game doesn't, in coin games, your special activities, which are like decrees, only certain ones can go with certain commands, and that adds to the complexity of the game. You don't have that in Vijayanagara. It's much more streamlined in that particular respect, and I kind of like that. It really reduces the analysis paralysis that the other methods can generate. I think a compel might be a good, what if I, province adjacent to him, move in up to 2 Rajas. So that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would do it. All right, what if I brought these 2 guys? In other words, what I'm going to do, what I'm thinking is I'm going to compel in one province adjacent to one of my Vijay pieces. I'm going to bring in 2 of my Rajas, and that will give me enough pieces here to qualify now for rebellion. So we could add that to the menu, as it were. All right, because now we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got enough to do it. So rebel only in locations during the Tughlaq dynasty. You have to have pieces in the majority, which we do. It costs 1 resource per. You remove the tributary marker. All the Rajas flip to rebellion. So we'll do this one at a time. We'll start with our home province here and just, whoops, didn't need to do that. I noticed that if the pop-up menu is near the bottom of my screen, it'll like automatically do whatever the mouse settles on. It's kind of irritating. We're going to make this independent, and then we're going to mark it as Vijay control. That does not impact the scoring track, so we'll have to manually adjust that. Vijay scoring goes up 2. And then all these guys here are going to flip over, so Control F on them will do that. They're now rebelling. We'll do the same thing down here. Mark it as independent and Vijay control, and mark both of these guys over to their sunburst side. And that's, again, another victory loss for them and a gain for us. And up here, we'll do the same thing. Doom. Only 1 point for that. A lot of work for that province. And I just want to double check. I haven't used this one a whole lot. Okay, yeah, I can't remove anything there, so I don't get to take advantage of that. But I do get to have the control of it, and now I can start like attacking. So I can clear guys out of there with attacks and stuff. So that's going to do it. Pay for it now. Oh man, you burn through resources. Man, it's so fast. Oops, wrong button. Okay. So that is his command and decree. And again, Delhi is stuck with a limited command and might just go ahead and be a good idea to rally, get these 5 troops into Delhi. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be his 1 command. Just to stay pure, we'll go ahead and put that thing up there and then reset and draw our next card. Oh, where are these Mongols at? They're not showing up. All right, well, this is another state-eligible event. The Ashvapati, Lord of the Horses. So Bahmani could gain 3 horses, then execute a free limited attack. That's not really going to help them because, well, maybe it will. I don't think that you can, I don't think that being obedient means you can't attack. Choose a faction to attack. All emirs must attack. Up to 2 emirs may support from adjacent province with a fort. Attacking emirs do flip to rebelling. I don't think there's any prohibiting factor there. Now, Delhi can only attack spaces with at least 1 rebelling unit, or a lone fort or temple or Mongol invaders. But for the Bahmani, it says any province. I think this is a legal play, so I'm going to do it, and I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a legal play, and that might be what we need here to start knocking down the Delhi faction. All right, gain 3 horses. They are awash in cavalry. Now, there's none in the available stock, so what happens now, from now on, when people need to gain cavalry, they start to take them from other players. You cannot take it from the Mongols. Theirs is a special one, and yeah, you can't take it from them. Okay, so we get to do a free limited attack, which is to say in 1 province, and the province we want to do that in is going to be in the Gujarat, so we'll mark it with a red token here. We got 4 units, and then we can have up to 2 from an adjacent province that contain a fort. So I think that's probably a good play. We'll go ahead and do that, including these guys in it. You don't physically move them. They stay here, but they count as being part of the battle. So 4 dice, and that's a terrible roll. I am going to use a cavalry to flip one of those, but let's roll a defense first here. Okay, defense rolled even worse. So I rolled a 6-5, 6-4. I get 2 hits with the 5 and the 4, and I can turn one of the 6s by spending a cavalry marker. Turn that to available. I'll use that as a charge to turn one of the 6s into a 5. So they're going to get 3 hits out of that. Not enough to kill the governor, but enough to kill at least the troops there and get a better grip on the province itself. So let me just double check. I don't think I can spend more than 1 cavalry. Let me confirm that. I'm pretty sure. Attacker spends cavalry first. Each cavalry can either... Now all of a sudden I'm unsure. I'm going to have to look in the manual now. Oh, darn it. Sorry to do this to you guys, but all of a sudden I can't remember. Any number of cavalry tokens. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, don't imagine a rule that's not there. So let's go ahead and spend the second one to pretty much do the same thing. Turn the 6 into a 5. So that gives us 4. That'll wipe them all out. Now, Delhi has a couple horses themselves that they could screen and remove some dice and reduce their hits. But I'm going to need that. I feel like I'm going to need that to fight more important battles with the Mongols. So I'm going to hold on to that cavalry for now. And just suck it up. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So that was the process of the event. And we'll get rid of the pawns. Now, Delhi faction is now wide open. Now they can do whatever they want. These guys also, since they attacked, they're now considered rebellious. I could just march back in there with a conscript and attack them back. And that's actually a pretty attractive option, I think, to do. So it would leave me unable to act on the next card. But I think that might be a good, solid play. So what if we, there's a couple places where I need to correct some things. I don't want that to go rebellious if I can avoid. I'm trying to make it hard for Baghmani to rebel in the Gujarat. It's a valuable, lucrative province. So I'm going to fight for it, and I'm also going to do a campaign to get there. So to do this, I'm going to take all 5 troops. We're going to march here and pick this guy up, because the more the merrier, right? 6s are always misses, I think, unless you can turn it into a 5. But having the 6 there just gives you a little more staying power. So that's what we're going to do, and then we're going to throw for the attack. So we're doing basically this, the command and decree. The campaign is the decree, and then the attack is the actual order that we're undertaking. So just to show you on the play aid, we did the decree of campaign first, and then we're doing the attack, this portion. And there's no fort here, but bear in mind the fort over here, I believe also, boy, that might also get to contribute, doesn't it? No, that's only supporting the attack. Attacking rebel. Let me double check here. Forts. Oh, forts will decrease strength when you're attacking that region. May send up to 2 supporting mirrors when attacking. Yeah, that's not going to help you on defense. Okay, just wanted to confirm that. So they're going to throw 4 dice. And, oh, this is a good roll. 1, 5, 5, 1. So at least 2 hits. And the 2 5s are hits as well, unless they want to screen them out. And I think they kind of do. But let's roll for defense first. All right, they've got a total of 4 units. Delhi's not going to spend any cavalry. The attacker always chooses first, so we're going to decline to use that. Baghmani is going to screen out 2 of the hits are going to get screened out, and then they're going to use one of them in a charge to turn the 5 into a 4, which would be a hit. So both sides basically performed 2 hits, but Baghmani had to burn through 3 of its cavalry tokens. Half of its cavalry force got burned through to defend this. So kind of expensive for them. They still kind of lose the battle. And I mean, they don't technically lose it in that they didn't lose more pieces than Delhi did, but they didn't really come away winners either. So, and Delhi forces them to spend an awful lot of cavalry support. So kind of cool. They're going to be ineligible after this. So now it's Baghmani and Vijay are up for play, and still no Mongols. Oh, they're going to come up right at the end. You watch. All right, we've got another state eligible event, which increases yet more influence. And it's not really something that's going to help the Baghmani faction. So I think it's time to rebel and do something about this. So I think we're going to go ahead and rebel and build some forts. while we still can. So we're going to rebel here for sure. I don't think we can up here. So maybe what we'll do is build a fort up here as our decree. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a command and decree. We're going to build a fort up here. Just Control 5. That gives us enough now to rebel. And we'll go ahead and rebel with that. Which will cost us 2 resources. We're going to move that. Bakhmani control, so that's 2 victory points. And down 2 for Delhi. So now the victory is tightening up now. That's what you should expect at this stage. These guys are all rebellious. Up here, independence, rebellious, 1 victory point, 1 victory point, and 1 more victory point because of the fort. So let me double check the score. We have 2 plus 1 for the prosperity of controlled region. So 2, 3, 4 for the fort, 5 for the fort, 6, 7 for influence, and yeah, that's exactly where we're at. Vijay has 2 for control, 3 for control, 4 for control, 5, 6, and 7 for temples and no influence. So they are now tied at 7, and Delhi's victory has dropped considerably now. So Delhi's victory is now, I might not have moved it down. It should be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's where it's at. I got it right. Yep, they're right. Excellent. Delete those. Vijay gets to go. The event, does it help them? Not really. Nothing really there to help. They can kind of mess with the this might be a good time to go ahead and get some resources. So I think passing might be in order. I don't know. Let's see. I can't do a decree and stuff because Bakhmani got that. We want a tax. It gives us resources equal to controlled prosperity plus number of temples. Basically, what we have in VPs right now, we would get in resources. We only have 2 resources right now, so there's not a whole lot that I really want to do. What I'd want to do would burn up all of my resources. And this might have been where I could have played this card. No, I want to do it when they're not eligible. So how about we do this? How about we just pass? Pick up a resource and stay eligible. I think that's probably the best play for them. Delete pawns, draw a card. Still no Mongols. Starting to get worried now. Delhi doesn't get to go on this. Move all governors of the map to provinces adjacent to Delhi. Free, limited, rebel. Either dynasty. I don't really have a need for that. That would have been cool like a couple of turns ago, but I don't really have a need for that right now, so the event doesn't exactly help me. And so, oops, I forgot to adjust eligibility. Delhi is up, my bad. So I was thinking Vijay was the only one available. Hit the wrong button. All right, so what they could do is select, for Delhi, the shaded portion says select a space. Select 1 space into which it moves up to 8 units from anywhere on the map, flips any units to rebelling, and attacks for free. Basically allows you to engage and maybe kill a bunch of rebellious subjects somewhere. I'm just getting super nervous about, and it does stay eligible, I'm just getting super nervous about when the Mongols come out, if they get back-to-back Mongols, they can wipe all of this out and strip Delhi of a lot of resources, and yeah, it could be really painful. So I think if I do the event stay eligible, one thing that could slow the enemy down the Vijay faction doesn't have any, they don't have any cavalry. So if I picked up and just moved a bunch of guys out, like if I just go ahead and concede this territory and bring these guys in and maybe go ahead, I hate to concede this, but if he attacks, I probably lose those anyways because of the forts. So go ahead, if I concede these, I can put in a powerful attack here and have a strong base from which to re-threaten these other regions. And this is all free of resources. This isn't costing anything. And that wasn't, I think I moved in 7 resources. So 4, 5, 6, I moved in 6 troops. So I could move 2 more, but I think what I have there is enough. And then I'm executing an attack. And yeah, I'm going to attack the Vijay faction because they don't have cavalry. I do. I'm going to go ahead and use that. So attacking them, 4 dice. And I really don't think I need to even use cavalry. I think I'm going to save these for the Mongol attacks that I know are coming. And I'm going to inflict 3 hits on them. The defense is going to throw a 6 and a 3. The 6 is a miss. The 3 is a hit. I take 1 hit and inflict 3. That's a good, I'd say that's a good trade. So 1, 2, 3. And the other effect of this is that this becomes Delhi controlled. Now that does not impact Delhi's victory because it's not tribute. It's not a tributary province, but it does knock the victory down from the Vijay faction. All right, that's what they're going to do, and that then leaves the Vijay faction with a question as to what do they want to do now. They're going to stay eligible. I think a limited command. I'm debating whether I want to stay eligible or if I want to grab a whole bunch of resources. I think I want to stay eligible. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to show you why I want to do this. I'm going to march a couple of my guys from here. I'm just going to bring like 2 guys up into Maharashtra. And that's going to cost me 1 resource to do. And what I'm doing here is a migrate. And I'm going to spend in one of the locations, if any Raja moves into a province with a Bahmani piece, the Vijay faction may spend a resource to flip-flop influence, which is to say I lose 1 resource, so I'm down to 1, but I get to drop their influence down, which means 2 of these guys have to go back to here. And then I'm going to go up, and that's going to also flip-flop the victory. So victory for Bahmani goes down, and we go up. I want to start trying to get the influence back where it needs to be. So that cost me 2 resources to do, but I'm going to stay eligible at the end of this. So we'll go ahead and restore, and everybody's eligible for the next card play, which is finally a Mongol invasion, and the Bahmani get to execute it. So we're going to do the massing of the troops, and we're going to do that twice. We're going to amass twice because there's so, let me just move this over. 1, 2, 2 of these guys are going to trickle down here. Yeah, because there's so many Delhi troops up here. I don't want to attack and just blow through and not really do anything. I'd like to set up a better opportunity because I know there's another Mongol card in there. I don't need cavalry. I don't want to spend influence to get it, so that's all they're going to do. So those are the 2, and that's not going to impact anything down here. So we'll draw our next event, and it's as I suspected, the Mongol invasions are both together, both back to back again, and both at the bottom. And this time I will go ahead and let's just kind of see here. I'm considering two things. One would be an attack immediately in the mountain passes, or I could, if I open this up, I'll show you what I mean. I could advance any number of invaders from the mountain passes to the Punjab and do a massive attack in the Punjab. Try to clear all of this out and have a bunch of guys in here to just really hurt Delhi bad and remove more of their troops. And I think that that's going to be more effective. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. So the first action is to move these guys into here, and now that's, come on, stack. There we go. So we got, what, 5 in there against, let's bring 6, I don't know why. So 6 guys in here against the 4, and they always have the 1 Mongol and cavalry. Throw the dice, we'll turn the 6 into a 5, so they're going to inflict at least 3 hits. The defense is going to throw a 6 and a 2, and we'll use a screen to screen out. Do I want to use both of them? I'll screen out one of them. They're going to inflict 2 hits on me. Yeah. They'll inflict 2 hits on me, and I inflict just 1 on them. This is painful. I couldn't, I mean, I could have turned a 6 into a 5, but a 5 wouldn't have helped the Delhi here because they only had 4 cubes. So they have a total of 3, 4, 5 cubes left in the Punjab, and this is where it's going to hurt. They're going to lose 5 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. And then this is where it's really going to hurt, is in the Punjab, they also have to remove 1 troop from any province for each red cube here. So they're going to have to lose 5 troops, and they can choose from anywhere. This guy's not doing any good down here, so it's 1. Then maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that Vijay is going to get control of this. They have, what, 4, 5, and there's 3. Yeah, nobody controls this, so this is going to be uncontrolled. So I don't think that impacts victory at all there. All right, kind of clears the table out a little bit, and that'll be the end of the Mongol invasion. And now we can do the rise of the Rebel Sultans and end this episode. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and draw the event. Again, everybody gets to do something. It's a little bit different. The Delhi may campaign using only Delhi and provinces, not Mongol invasion regions. And they'll be eligible to go. It might be, well, I can't send anything up to Punjab. To be honest, I don't really see anything I want to move around all that much. Except maybe take this guy 1, 2, 3, and 4, bring him up into Gondwa to keep this from going rebel. That's about the only thing I can really see that's worthwhile doing. Next, the Bahmani may execute a free limited command, then gain any combination of gold and cavalry equal to the prosperity of that Bahmani controls, up to a maximum of 3. So, free limited command. Well, they need more emirs on board, but I'm tempted to attack the Vijay faction here, just get them out of Maharashtra, but it might just be beneficial to go ahead and do a march instead. Maybe go ahead and get out of Andhra and into another region, threaten another region. So let's go ahead and do the limited up here. Here's what I'm thinking of doing, is moving in 3. So we'll go 1, 2, Yeah, 3. We'll move 3 guys up here into that space, and we're going to get a total of 3 resources or cavalry. I have 3 cavalry already. I kind of want the money now, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Now, does this give me both, or was it a mixture? Any combination of gold. Okay, equal to. So, yeah, I want the resources more than the cavalry at this stage, so I'm going to take that. That'll be it for them. The J faction executes free limited command and gains combination of gold and resource equal. Ooh, that's going to get them some cavalry. So I think a good play might be free limited command. If I put 1 in here, I could put 2. Let's see, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 9 to have a majority. Don't think I'm going to get that there. All right, I don't see how to get control of Andhra, but I could march some guys up and set up perhaps a threat on Orissa. Still need to knock down Delhi's victory somewhat. So that's one option. Another option would be to spend yeah, I'm going to need resources too. So, well, I think what I'll do is I'm going to do this a very limited command here. I'm just going to go ahead and move 1 guy into Orissa to set up a rebellion here and leave sufficient strength here to defend itself. I have 3 controlled prosperity worth of controlled provinces. I need resources, but I need cavalry worse. So I'm going to take 2 cavalry and 1 resource. And that will conclude the Vijay side of that particular card. So there you go. Our second episode now comes to a close. Let's double check the score, make sure we have things right. We'll start with Vijay. They've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 VPs. That's what's reflected on the track. Okay, good. Bahmani has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we've got a miscount somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and drop their victory down 1. So I only see 6 of theirs. Whoops. Oh, I see what I was doing. I was seeing their resources token, not the victory token. Okay. Yeah, they got 6 victory points, and Delhi has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that is what's reflected. Just for emphasis, make sure you understand this, that in tributary regions or provinces, you can, like, for example, Bahmani outnumbers Delhi here, but that doesn't change tributary status. The only thing that changes tributary status is when you rebel. Then the tributary marker is simply removed, and then control belongs to who holds the majority. And so that's why Delhi still holds on to Malwa, even though they're clearly outnumbered there. All right, exciting game. 2 episodes done. We have the next episode would take us up through the gold card, which would be Lords of the Deccan. It'll be a card similar to this, and then after that, then you're facing the end game, and it's sudden death when the second Timurid Emirates event card comes out. So, okay, I'm Joel Tappan. This is video number 2, episode number 2 of Vijayanagara, our playthrough. We made a few mistakes, but hopefully this is giving you a sense of how the game works. And what I've been saying about the game is it feels a lot like Coin, but feels like more of a war game to me, because there's going to be lots of attacking. I feel like I can do more. I'm less constrained. The system lends itself to lots of creativity in how you use your cavalry, for example, and in how you structure your commands and decrees. So this is shaping up to be a real nail biter, because this is relentlessly going to go down. Victory is going to go up. They're going to meet somewhere in the middle here, and then it's going to be a real struggle down the stretch. So hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you back here next time.